let's do a silent run. Remove a card, 100 gold, 12 max HP, or a boss relic swap. I kind of want to do the 100 gold if there's an early shop, just so we can try out new stuff. Because maybe we go to a shop and see like a reflex or something. But the standard pick here is boss relic swap. But maybe that's changed, right? Let's see. Is anything in the beta patch change how good boss relic swap is? So big buff to accuracy. Buff to eviscerate and phantasmal killer, reflex. So basically just all the discard stuff. So maybe boss relic swap got even better because we could swap into kite. And we kite got a lot better because all the cards around that got better. Alright, so let's just do swap, see what we get. We got wrist blades. Okay, so we're gonna get to take advantage of that accuracy buff, I guess. Wrist blades is pretty weak for Act 1. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be doing some Shiv stuff. Man, I want this left route to be good because it's got 3 fights before the first fire. And then it's got, like, extra fires, and then it's like, oh yeah, but then you have to fight a Mega Elite. It's a pretty good route still. 2 Elites, one of them's a Mega Elite. We got quite a long time to spool up for it. But there's no escape. So, like, once we make this decision, we're locked into doing a Mega Elite. And even here, we're like, all the routes from that are dangerous. There is a 4 Elite path over here. I don't know what about wrist blade swap would make me think I can do 4 elites. Maybe if we get like Shiv generators from like both of these fights, then I would think we can do 4 elites. Shiv generators do a lot of damage with wrist blades. Okay, so we're probably going left. Is there any reason to go right? Right still has 3 elites. A lot of hallway fights though. 5 hallway fights before the first elite. Yikes. Yeah, I think we're forced into left by there only being question marks there, and all the other routes being super dangerous. We have to click the leave button. Didn't fix that. Ooh, I wonder if they fixed just like random UI bugs, like you can exit the library event by opening your deck and exiting it, or things like that. Yeah, 7 damage neutralized. Get him. Alright. Oh, we got a Shiv generator. Oh boy. Come on, wrist blades. Let's do it. Calculated gamble got a lot better in the patch. But I think we're looking for accuracy here, so let's go. We got a fairy in a bottle. Floor 2. Okay. What was the calculated gamble change? There was no direct calculated gamble change. There was they buffed lots of discard stuff here. I'll link the changes in chat. Reflex and Sneaky Strike and Eviscerate all got buffed. Okay. Hiya, sir. Hiya. Okay, 1 dead cultist. Coming right up. Second oil's not very good. Attack bot's way better. We got a second Cloak and Dagger. Pog Champ. We're going to need a lot of upgrades for that. Luckily, we're on a line with lots of extra campfires. Okay. Alright, so this is the decision that commits us to a Mega Elite. Is there any way we die here? I think no. With a Fairy in a bottle, an Attack Pot, a Wrist Blades, and 2 Cloak and Daggers, I think we're in good shape here. Alright, surprise fight. Fair enough. Getting to block this out while developing 8 damage is insane. Cloak and Dagger is such a good card with Wrist Blades. Probably not getting lethal this turn. It is possible. We didn't get there. Oh, we did get there. No, we didn't. Okay, alright. Sorry for the confusion. We did not get there. But now we did. Noxious Fumes is nice. Backstab gets extra damage from Wrist Blades. Honestly, just like Noxious Fumes is so good though. Doesn't even matter what your archetype is. Noxious Fumes is just great. Backstab is such a liability in Act 4. Like getting 15 damage on turn 1 is so meh for the rest of the game. It's pretty good in Act 1. It's okay in Act 2, but it really fades. And having that innate is pretty harmful when you don't have the extra hand size for the first hand. Backstab like really wants Ring of the Snake to be good, because you just don't want an innate attack later in the game. It is sweet that it does 15 damage. 19 damage upgraded. But I think it's going to be Noxious Fumes here. I love me some Noxious Fumes. Give them to me. Cloak and Dagger blocks out. You're going to develop Noxious Fumes and pile some damage on the one who's buffing. Alright, we can block for 15 and take 2. Seems pretty sensible. Other line is we could like attack pot and look for like dash. And we could do like dash strike. Strike defend. That would be pretty good. If we just strike defend the one in the back, it's true we do, well, don't we take, oh, we do take 4, yeah, because he hits for 10. Let's use the attack pot. We gotta, we're pretty likely to get a potion from this, so we need to be spending our existing potion pretty aggressively, and I think this is the turn. Glass Knife. Predator. Okay. I guess I'll take a Predator. So we can just kill him, double defend to block out, and do a bit of damage. Oh, he only hits for 9. And then we kill him. Cool. There's a Catalyst. We have a Noxious Fumes. Probably want to be doing Wristblade stuff for damage, but it's hard to turn down the Catalyst. We'll do like Wristblades for hallway fights and Catalyst for bosses. Seems pretty sensible. Sneaky Strike got buffed. Is the new Sneaky Strike good? 12 damage is as much as 2 strikes. Yeah, Envenom. Dude, can you imagine having Envenom and Accuracy Plus? New Accuracy Plus is plus 6 damage, right? So like with Accuracy Plus and Wrist Blades, our shivs would be doing 14. Oh. It's pretty spicy. Strikes would not get buffed by Wrist Blades or Accuracy, but shivs would. Maybe that's what you meant. Alright, I'll take a Catalyst. It's kind of a Catacurse here, but that's okay. Yeah, I figured. Cloak and Dagger needs a buff. Give me that 8 extra damage, please. Thank you. Okay, we have all the 0-cost attacks this turn. And I'll go ahead and get rid of the Catalyst, because it's not going to be good. Ouch. We don't have lethal. We can't block for much. Drat. Cloak and Dagger's lethal. There's a Blade Dance. Choke is starting to look pretty good with all the shivs, but I think we need shiv generators more than we need choke. Blade Dance. Pretty excited to pick Blade Dance over over Predator there. Who gets the upgrade? Blade Dance or Cloak and Dagger? Do we have a rest? No. If it's a Gremlin Knob, I think we're more excited to play Cloak and Dagger than we are to play Blade Dance. So I'm going to do Cloak and Dagger. Dreamcatcher's kind of garbage. We'll probably be resting here, though, so it's worth a card reward. Alright, let's get rid of Catalyst. And send in a couple of strikes. We can only block for 9, so we're taking 9. We could use the Plated Steel. Block for a bit. Develop Noxious Fumes. Yeah, I think that's probably happening. This fight's fairly dangerous, so I'll respect it. I'll take a split. Pretty good one. Maybe this fight is less dangerous than I thought. So we only got 4 value out of that plated armor, which is unfortunate. Generally want a little bit more than that. Oh, we just got it replaced immediately. Okay, fine. Slice gets buffed by accuracy. Does 9 damage for 0. Seems like a pick. Alright. Gonna need some card draw. I think we might take the healing here. Mega Elites are pretty dangerous in Act 1. And I kind of like having my strikes for them. So I'm gonna take the healing. We also get full value out of the healing. Yikes. Strength Sentries. I would say that is a bad outcome for me. Do we Catalyst now to get rid of it? Probably not. I think it's going to be pretty useful next time we draw it. Because we're going to have Noxious Fume sticking, ideally for a little while. Should hit for at least, like, 8 or something. Do we Essence of Steel? I think yes. Alright, Cloak and Dagger blocks out here by killing that one. And who's the next target? Front guy has 1 less health. How much damage is left in the deck? Blade Dance is 16. Neutralize is 7. So it's 23 plus 18 is 41. 41 damage left in the deck, so we can kill either of them. Pretty unlikely that's happening next turn, so we'll go for this guy. I guess I was wrong about that Catalyst. We bottom decked the Noxious Fumes here. If we draw Catalyst next turn, it does nothing. Oof. Taking 9 here. Not great. We still don't need to rest though. We're in decent shape. Yeah, looks like we get this lethal. Okay, great. This is a really solid Mega Elite fight. Brought to you by Wrist Blades. Dagger Spray is a nice card. Seems like we have a lot of damage though. 2 Cloak and Daggers, a Blade Dance, a Slice, and a Noxious Fumes, as well as the Catalyst. I think we're done picking damage, so we can't pick these. It is nice though. We have Noxious Fumes for AoE. It's pretty slow for Act 2. Well. Alright, let's go ahead and upgrade the Blade Dance, I think. Oh, bots, when will you learn? Catalyst could get the upgrade. I don't hate that. It's good against Hexaghost specifically because Noxious Fumes will have a while to tick. Maybe Noxious Fumes gets the upgrade if we're thinking about it that way. But Blade Dance gets an extra 8 damage per shuffle. I guess Noxious Fumes gets more damage after only like 3 turns. Yeah. Blade Dance still has a really good upgrade, but Noxious Fumes is better against specifically bosses. Although, who's better in this elite fight? Probably Blade Dance, right? Because it could be like Gremlin Nub, and we need to kill like that turn. Not much time for Fumes to tick in that fight. Alright, we'll do Blade Dance first, and then hopefully Noxious Fumes here. Possibly rest there. Hey, Abnaxis. Hello, Sir Artemal. We have a lot of damage right now. This is like all the damage in the deck. Actually, the deck has just a ton of damage in it. I kind of want to wait to develop Noxious Fumes while he's asleep. But I also want to do, like... Each of these is 16 damage, so... 32 plus 7 is 39. 45 damage, wake up. It's pretty insane. We could just, like, play the Cloak and Daggers and shuffle Shivs into the deck. That's gotta be bad, though, right? Thanks for the follow, Abnaxis. Well, I appreciate your compliments. I try to keep the pace pretty slow and analytical so that people in chat can hang out and participate. If you go too fast and, like, people are in the middle of commenting while you're, like, doing the thing, and they're like, well, I guess you don't care about my voice, but I care about your voice, Abnaxis. Welcome to the Vegetable Patch. I don't know. Shuffling Shivs into the deck seems like a big commitment to being bad. Sure, the deck is Shivs, so we got 2 Cloak and Daggers and a Blade Dance, all upgraded. We got a little bit of a boss package there with the Noxious Fumes Catalyst. We took a slice too. We started with a Wrist Blade swap, so we've got lots of 0-cost attacks. I think we're gonna wait for the Noxious Fumes. We've got quite a bit of damage still in the deck. Yeah, I'm glad I waited. Okay. Alright, and then we get to wake him up with still a bunch of damage. Double Defense Survivor seems okay. We don't have much damage in hand, so... We have a ton of damage in the deck, so I think we're generally expecting to outpace Lagavulin here. I don't think he's got a chance of debuffing us to death. Cloak and Dagger's doing double duty, blocking and doing damage. I think I prefer Strike over Catalyst. 3 extra poison versus 6 damage now. I guess the poison's more damage long term. Okay, I'll just do the Catalyst. Prevents us from drawing more Shiv generators too in the future. Our last turn with full value damage, we definitely made use of it. Looks like lethal. Okay, great. Pretty good Lagavulin fight. Yeah, I think we're still taking another upgrade here, so I think we did the right thing there. Concentrate's stock went up with the changes to Reflex and Eviscerate and such. This deck needs a lot more draw, so I'm tempted to take a backflip. Concentrate's a very particular type of card. Definitely seems like a curse in this deck. Backflip fights a little bit with Orichalcum, but it seems like we're pretty far past that point with 2 Cloak and Daggers. We're going to be generating block. Helps us draw into 0-cost stuff like Slice, Neutralize. Helps us draw back to Catalyst when we need that. Definitely don't hate Concentrate, though. If we had a Reflex, it's Hexaghost. Certable. If we had a Reflex, I would love to take a Concentrate, but we don't have a Reflex yet. Reflex Plus is bonkers now. 3 cards? Are you kidding me? We just skip here. I'm not excited enough about a backflip. We've already got 2 Cloak and Daggers, so like the 1 energy block for a small amount slot is a little bit crowded here. I do like backflip though. I'm gonna skip. Okay, and we're gonna upgrade the Noxious Fumes as discussed. Really good against Hexaghost. Plenty of time to get some procs in. Alright, I think we're going to blow the Power Pot on turn 1. We could wait for Wraith Form, but if we find Wraith Form, we'll just, like, we'll pick it anyway and then hold it. Ooh, there's the Accuracy. Alright. Accuracy and Venom are both quite good here. So is After Image, to be honest. Although After Image fights a little bit with Orichalcum. Shiv's dealing 4 extra damage is just a truckload of damage, though. But Envenom kind of makes Shivs do 1 extra damage. And the fight's going to take a lot longer than 4 turns to resolve, so I think we're going to pick an Envenom. Getting a good amount of poison in on turn 1. Alright, double defend is always happening. I think strike over Catalyst. Well, 5 poison for the next 6 turns is 30 damage. It's quite a bit. Alright, we'll do Catalyst. Okay, we could play Ascender's Vein, sacrifice 1 of our own health. No, thank you. Awful lot of shivs flying out there. Take 4. Already blocked out, so a couple of strikes fit in as well. And we are way ahead of the curve here. We are definitely killing him very soon. Alright. Good fight, Hexaghost. Made it through 4 turns. Unload, Alchemize, and Doppel. Nothing amazing here. We were really looking for an Envenom. Envenom would be nice. Hey, Stixie. Also, things we could do would be like Corpse Explosion. Be excited about that. Wraith Form, always good. Unload probably got quite a bit better. Unload gives us a little bit of a segue into the discard stuff. So, like, we're probably just picking a Reflex. If we see one already, just because it's Survivor. Maybe that's not correct. But, like, Reflex Plus is just godlike now. It also just does 14 damage. We have a lot of damage, though. Like, it's less damage than a Cloak and Dagger, although the Cloak and Daggers are upgraded. Yeah, I'm not that convinced by Unload. Maybe just Alchemize. We do have a Fairy in a bottle, though, so it's going to be tough to get Alchemize, to be spending like 2 potions per fight for Alchemize. I don't really see the advantage of Doppelganger. Seems just bad. I think we just skip here. Maybe Alchemize over skip. Hard to skip an Alchemize. I know, right? Give me those accuracies. I'll take an Alchemize, I guess. Reluctantly. Astrolabe, Runic Dome, and Runic Pyramid. All the runic stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's hard to argue against Alchemize. Well, Pyramid is typically really good. Let's just set stuff up. It's not really clear what exactly we want to set up. Catalyst, obviously. Slows down our draw a little bit. Makes us really glad we didn't pick that backflip. Yeah, but this is not a Nightmare deck, certainly. You can't convince me there's Nightmare synergy here. Astrolabe's quite nice as well. Astrolabe could be our on-ramp to accuracy. Astrolabe is always pretty solid. A lot more excited about Runic Pyramid if we had 4 energy. Astro has got to be the pick. Can you justify that, mid-bros? I don't know. Runic Dome is really nice. Runic Dome is super good. Cloak and Daggers are both our biggest source of damage and a source of block, which is definitely a mark in favor of Runic Dome, because we're just going to generate some amount of block no matter what. We also have Orichalcum. That helps us always have at least a little bit of block for if enemies catch us by surprise. We already dip into Poison and Shiv. If we don't take the Pyramid, we need more draw. Can't think of many cards we don't want is fairly persuasive. Doppelganger. There's actually a lot of cards we don't want. Reflex and Tactician are not currently good, although they would both come upgraded, which is pretty bonkers. Pyramid can hurt for sure. I think the problem with Pyramid is just that, like, we're not really doing Catalyst stuff. We don't have, like, a Wraith form or anything that we're trying to hold on to for the perfect moment. But we probably want that, right? Like, nothing in this patch, like, gave Silent any more block options. So, like, being able to retain your whole hand is, like, pretty important. We also have a couple of cards like Slice that are really easy to get out of hand. Alchemize when it's upgraded. Hand size is going to be an issue, though, because if we start getting up to 10 cards in hand, then, like, Cloak and Dagger and Blade Dance stop working. And that's a pretty big deal. I think it's going to be Pyramid here. I do like Astrolabe. There's definitely some good options. Like we get Astrolabe into like a Leg Sweep or a Crippling Cloud or Accuracy, obviously. Backflip, Slice, Reflex. There's really not any bad options. Is the deck cheap? I feel like the average cost of the deck is still more than... like the average cost of 5 cards is more than 3, right? The only, like, cheap stuff is Slice, Neutralize, and Survivor, right? Survivor helps us discard expensive stuff. Alchemize can get cheap, but it isn't currently. Sure, and Venom, Predator. There are lots of good options for sure. Astrolabe could get us more Shiv generators, more block cards instead of strikes. Strikes are pretty useless. I think these are all pickable. I don't think we're super into, like, bites. Gosh. I wish I could try them all. Just seems like it'd be really interesting to know what the results of each of these picks is. Because Runic Pyramid is like kind of a hard left, right? Runic Pyramid is like, okay, we're a Catalyst deck now, right? We're like looking for Wraith forms, we're looking for like another Noxious Fumes and Crippling Clouds and Apparitions and stuff. Runic Dome is like, we need more passive sources of block. And like leg sweeps and stuff. And then Astrolabe is just like, it could be anything, right? It's just hard to say. Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously we could replay the Seed, but... Alright, let's do the Astrolabe. It could have new accuracy. New cards are fun. There's a patch today. Astrolabe gets us the patch cards. Why do they fly away so fast? Okay. Okay, set up a riddle with holes in acrobatics. Good God, that's bad. Setup is... Whoa. Alright. I guess we can set up our riddle with holes. Who is it that said there's no bad cards here? Somebody said there's no bad cards. Mid-bros? For shame. For shame. Yeah, there was a patch today, Spiro. Here's some stuff. Acrobatics Plus is insane, especially if we find like a Reflex or Tactician or something. So like this is a definitely a bright spot. Setup is kind of fine with Acrobatics because we draw too many cards to play and then we set them up. It's kind of okay. Eventually we'll have like a Wraith form and stuff. We can set up the Riddle with Holes. Riddle with Holes is unbearably bad. But it's still better than a Strike, so I guess it's okay. Definitely should have gone with probably Runic Pyramid there. Oh well. Hyper Beam guy. We could go to a shop. We don't have to. How do we feel about elites? We're like okay at elites. We're best at Gremlin Leader, I think. If we find a Piercing Whale, we could do pretty well at Book of Stabbing. But I don't think we're super into elites. So we're looking for like question marks. Act 2 question marks are usually quite good. Not a lot of question marks available here. I guess the most question marks ends up being this right route. It doesn't start with... It only starts with 1 question mark. And then it's got 3 after the break. I guess this this left path has 5. Which is more than 4, I've been told. But I kind of like the early shop. We've got enough money that we can make use out of it, so it's an efficient use of a floor. And I'm having trouble finding a good path, so... let's go right. Right is a little bit scary in that we don't have any choices until here, where we make a useless choice. I kind of like this early shop, but then like we want to hit these extra fires, and then we're forced into a late shop too. I guess we're not forced into it, we could go that way, but there's an extra fire here, so... We'd probably end up going to both. Maybe we skip the early shops entirely and we just try and end up here, because this is pretty nice, giving a fire and an elite. Do really like that little segment. Yeah, actually, let's do that. Let's do just a bunch of early fights, and then rest here, and like, hit this and that. It's a lot of fires. Fires are good. We're not getting very many question marks at all, though. We're only getting 3 question marks in the act. Yeah, but extra fires are better than question marks, so okay. Avocado. We meet again. So we play 3 cards. We put 1 on the bottom of the deck. The bottom deck one is, I guess it's the Strike. Maybe we just don't play setup, because we probably played the Vulnerable bot and then Alchemize. Okay. Fire Pot. Well, Fire Pot gets rid of the plated armor right now, and then we get a bunch of attacks through. Remove 4 plated armor. That seems good. Remember, we've got a 40% chance to get a potion from every floor, so whenever we're not using a potion, that's kind of a suspicious decision. I'm gonna not set up the strike. Seems bad. Riddle with Holes is not lethal. It's 20 damage, off by 9. It does do 2 damage to the plated armor. I think I'd rather, oh, would I rather triple defend? It only blocks for 9. Oh, yes it is. You're right. Yeah, it does 30 damage. Good point. They didn't fix that UI bug. Nope. I don't think we want any of these. Poison Stab is upgraded. But we have lots of attacks, so no thank you. We do have slightly fewer attacks than we had before, right? Because we had 3 strikes and it turned into 1 attack and 2 non-attacks. Still good. The book, huh? Double Riddle with Holes. It's our only Necro combo. We also sometimes ruin it with setup. Seems like kind of an expensive book. We're going to a fire before the elite, so we'll have a chance to rest, but we're going to 3 hallway fights. Spending 21 health here puts us to 24. There is a new patch for the game. Here is a Reddit thread discussing the patch notes. The reason we're playing Silent now instead of Watcher is there weren't any Watcher changes, but there was a bunch of Silent changes for primarily discard stuff. Book is usually good if you can survive it. I think we can probably survive it here. This 3 hallway fight chunk is a little spooky. Alright, let's read the book. Encarelden. Okay. Maybe that's our accuracy. 1,000 cuts. That works too. We could Ascender's Bane for 1 damage. Are you calling this enchilada? Do we have lethal? Looks like no. Oh, I should have taken this free damage. Oops. Trap. I guess we liquid bronze and then alchemize to hopefully find a skill pop. Flex pop. Noxious Fumes setup Catalyst is cute, but then Noxious Fumes is going to spend a couple turns chewing through the artifact charges. It's not actually going to work. So I think we just defend and burn Catalyst now, and then don't play this. It's piercing well. Second Acrobatics plus. We don't have Reflex or Tactician or anything. Yeah, I think we need more block. Let's take a piercing well. Snake Plant's here to murder us. We finally found our accuracy. Pretty happy with the cards in hand, so I don't really need Acrobatics. But I guess I'm only spending 2 energy right now, so I will. So now maybe we skip Noxious Fumes and we, like, alchemize. Probably Flex Spot here, too. I mean, if we're gonna alchemize, we definitely Flex Spot, right? So it's Alchemize versus Noxious Fumes. I think Alchemize is probably better. Alright, Colorless Pot. We'll try to save that, I think. It's true, Flex Spot with Riddle with Holes was nice, but we would have had to skip Cloak and Dagger to play it. Cloak and Dagger does some crazy damage. Do we use the Colorless Pot now while we're not weak and we have 5 bonus strength? Get like, no, because it's like, if we get like Secret Weapon or something, Master of Strategy, we're gonna like draw a bunch of cards with 0 energy. We took an Astrolabe is what happened. Yeah, Astrolabe decided we wanted those cards. Do we die without Colorless Pot here? Luck for 9 more. 9 plus 4 is 13. We do die. Okay. Looks like we need Transmutation to save us. Do we Transmutation for 2? We're looking for like Panic Button, right? Is there a, do we ever Survivor first? No. We want 2 shots at Panic Button. Okay. I don't think that's gonna do it. Drat. Wait, what? Did I miss something? Oh, we had a fairy in a bottle. Alright. Good thing we had a fairy in a bottle. I totally forgot that was up there. Alright, we're alive. Quick. Somebody press the button. There is a Tactician Plus in front of me. We have a Acrobatics in the deck. There was a massive buff to Reflex today. Survivor. But this is not a Reflex. This is a Tactician, which did not get a buff. Which I think is probably pretty reasonable. Reflex is the big payoff for discard stuff. The deck is not hungry enough, energy hungry enough to need a Tactician. If we had a Reflex, I would consider it. But we do not. Backflip. Seems like we're pretty short on block. I don't think backflip is the cure here. We're a 3 energy deck, so it's pretty difficult for backflip to be good. How was Reflex buffed? Regular Reflex was turned into what was previously Reflex Plus, and Reflex Plus is now draw 3 cards. So both of them got 1 extra card from. Alright, we just gotta power through one more hallway fight at 11 health somehow. Okay. Tools of the Trade. Well, that definitely would have been good with Tactician. Doesn't seem like we're playing Acrobatics this turn. Seems like it's just going to be... Oh, I guess we are, actually. We're going to put Acrobatics on the bottom with setup. Yeah, there was a batch. There's an Envenom. Okay. Okay, we don't need Piercing Wail this turn. Slice is enough for lethal, which is neat. All right. Are we getting killed by Mystic here? Maybe Alchemize saves us. Maybe we have lethal. So she's at effectively 37. Blade Dance Plus does... So each shiv does normally 8, but currently 9 with the Envenom. So 9 times 5 is 45, so we have lethal. Great. Oh wait, I should play Alchemize before we get lethal. Okay, strength that. Cool. Alright, we made it to the campsite. Bouncing Flask is a big poison card. I don't think we're into that. We do have a Catalyst in the deck, but... Crippling Cloud, I think I would say yes to because of the weak. Bouncing Flask, I think is a no. Outmaneuver, no. Alright, clearly resting here. Expertise is upgraded. Infinite Blades seems nuts with the wrist blades. Right? It is kind of just like another damage card, though. Maybe we don't need it. It is 8 damage a turn. That is a lot of damage. This deck needs like a kunai or like a after image or something. Accuracy. Wraith form. This ain't it, but I'll pick it. Alright, this is the best one. We're definitely still not guaranteed to survive though. We're definitely drinking both of these. This is always getting played. Probably want to kill the Mad Gremlin at least. These do 20 damage currently. Or this does 20 damage. So, 1 shiv and 1 slice kills him. That seems good. And so I guess we're going to do, like, Survivor Alchemize after the Cloak and Dagger. So Alchemize now. Entropic Brew. Alright, well let's see what the Entropic Brew is then. Okay. Madness. What do we want to play these cards now? Get it early, Noxious Fumes, Infinite Blades. Catalyst is a bit of a miss. Could hit Piercing Whale. That blocks now. Riddle with Holes, got 2 good targets. Blade Dance is great. I think we just do it now. Oh, we did hit the Catalyst. That's too bad. Hey, YTI. Go ahead and kill the Shield Gremlin. Why not? The patch did come out of nowhere. It's they didn't say they were done with whatchamacallit, with updates. It's not like they lied to us. Riddle is currently doing 45 damage. 60 with the Shiv. We're almost there. Definitely seemed like they were done. Piercing Whale does block out, so it's probably just going to be like Riddle, Shiv, Piercing Whale here. And I believe we have lethal next turn. He's gonna, the vulnerable is gonna wear off. But it's still 10 plus 8, which is lethal. Cool. Oh, Ninja Scroll. Are you kidding me? Wristblade Ninja Scroll? Get the hell in here. Where's that accuracy, game? I want to play the new accuracy. The whole reason we picked Shivs is because you changed to accuracy. Now give me the accuracy. Dead Branch would be dope, that's true. We'd make our own accuracy. I think we picked none of these. Acrobatics is hard to run with 3 energy. Do you have any good idea for a 5th character? Sure. There's lots of ideas for a 5th character. I think I'm just skipping these. I'd take a leg sweep, but I don't think I'd take a blur. Alright, are we resting again? What are we doing here? What's the best upgrade? Best upgrade is probably Piercing Well. Blocking would be nice. Sure, Infinite Blades. I think we're probably resting. Not like bowled over by Infinite Blades upgrade. I don't want to die. Oh, there's my Crippling Cloud. Been asking for one. This is like the 4th Acrobatics that's been offered too. And we were offered a Tactician Plus. So we were probably supposed to take all of those. Or at least a Tactician Plus. But I think Crippling Cloud is probably what we're looking for here. Crippling Cloud's super good. Get that weak. Matryoshka, okay. Seems like it's probably better than Sapphire Key. Should have time for it to pay off. We got a well-laid plans and a catalyst. Okay. Speaking of devs, how's your game coming along? Game's coming good. So I did a big reset to incorporate a metagame. So the game would go like was getting more and more fun. I was like adding more bosses, and then it got like way less fun for a second, and now I'm sort of building it back up. And because it's broader now, there's like there's a metagame, so you get to like choose upgrades and stuff. So that's coming along. I'm on like trying to get to the 3rd boss now. I have an interview today with a narrative designer that I'm considering hiring, which is exciting. We're just gonna hold the catalyst. Maybe we hold Piercing Whale here. Actually, yeah, I am gonna hold Piercing Whale. Because catalyst, like, there's currently no poison, so. Do I think my game will be ready before Cyberpunk 2077? Certainly not. I imagine you're probably just memeing about delays, but I am nowhere close to launching, and I don't want to misrepresent myself. I wish that I could play Survivor Defend, but I cannot. What does it take to be a narrative designer? A lot of writing. It's mostly just writing. Narrative designer is pretty different than writing in different industries, because it's very like game specific. So it's one of those things where going to like a game specific program is a fairly large advantage. I think it's just Cloak and Dagger. It pushes a little bit of damage. We take 2 more damage than if we played Survivor, but whatever. And then we set up Survivor. Setup doesn't actually work. We just draw it next turn and it gets re-randomized, but I think we would like to redraw it next turn. There's a Shiv. Cloak and Dagger blocks most of the way. Iratus, Lord of the Dead. No, I haven't. Let me copy that really quick. I'll look it up later. Oops. What is it? Oh, I did see that there was a Darkest Dungeon clone. Piercing Wail could come down now for just 1 health. We're probably killing next turn. He's taking 3 then 4, so we have to do 33 damage. We have 8 guaranteed from the Shiv. So we were looking for 25 damage. Blade Dance does it by itself. Riddle with Whole Slice does it. Riddle with Whole Strikes does it. Neutralize. We're very likely getting lethal. I guess I won't blow the Piercing Wail early. Just for 1 health, but it's possible that's the health optimizing line. Alright, we did go lethal. Right? Oh, we did not. Oh, we're weak. Yes, of course. Okay. I think we just Gambler's Brew now and try and find lethal. And if we don't, we just Piercing Wail. 3 shivs, they do... It was 4 damage now? No, it can't be. It's 8, so it'd be 6. So they do... This does 18, so that's lethal. Okay. Sneaky Strike got a buff, but still not good in this particular deck. Dagger Throw is nice, but still, we don't have, like, Tactician or anything, so no thank you. Outmaneuver would help a little bit with the energy problems the deck is having, but not much. So I think we're skipping. Alright, 35 should be okay to fight an elite. Definitely could die. Accuracy, there it is. And Kurldin's got our back. I'm looking for that accuracy. Sounds like my wife's gonna get the door. Sorry for that. That was my doorbell, not yours. I don't know if anybody is in a position to be confused about that, but maybe. Look at those shivs hitting for 12. Probably neutralize double defend. I guess strike 2. I'm gonna repeat that whole turn and add a vulnerable pot. Whoops. $18 damage shivs. Kapow. $73 damage turn 1. I like it. Piercing Wail Crippling Cloud does block out. They give us more filters. Didn't we already get one? But like they gave us one like 3 weeks ago. That's true. Piercing Wail blocks out with just Orichalcum. Good point. We're probably playing Piercing Wail this turn. I was just thinking, like, do we play Acrobatics instead of Crippling Cloud? Acrobatics gets us, like, Cloak and Daggers. Could get us set up. I'd love to set up Crippling Cloud. Yeah, let's do that. No setup, but we did find Infinite Blades, which I think is better than Crippling Cloud, so we're not going to play that. So it's going to be this, and that, and this. Okay. It'd be nice to have some card draw. If we had any card draw in this hand, we could set up Riddle with Holes and then draw it. That would be cute. We may have lethal here. These shivs hit for 4 naturally, 4 extra with accuracy, and 4 from the wrist blade, so 12 naturally, and he is vulnerable. So it's 18 total. And we have 5 of them. Or 6 of them. Wait, is it 18? It is 18. Okay, so 18 times 6 is definitely lethal. Cool. Get stabbed, book. Alright. Nightmare Crippling Cloud. Nightmare setup is a thing. You can set up a card and then Nightmare it. You can set up your Nightmare. We have a Catalyst in the deck. We could Nightmare Alchemize. Get a Nightmare and Nightmare. Get a Wraith form. We've got all the parts. Except for, you know, the parts that are hard to find. That's right, we stabbed the shit out of that Book of Stabbing. Just stabbed him over and over. I mean, it's hard to turn down the Nightmare when you've got a setup in your deck, right? You have to imagine there's some busted shit that can happen. But Nightmare's kind of a curse. Also, our last two relics are like, just kidding, you get value later maybe. So that's not very helpful. Although we did get a Ninja Scroll and an Incurlden right before that, so I guess I'm not complaining. Maybe that's how he became a Book of Stabbing. He was just a regular book. Some Silent came by, stabbed him a bunch, and he was like, what the hell? Guess I need to defend myself. And we're just like repeating his origin story now. I don't know exactly what we're doing with this Nightmare, but I think it's something. My suspicion is that things will happen. It's a circle of violence, that's right. Time is a flat circle of violence. Are we upgrading Catalyst here? Hyperbeam guy, it's hard to get his artifact charges off, although we have a Neutralize, a Piercing Wail, and a Noxious Fumes. We could potentially Nightmare the Noxious Fumes. Get a whole bunch of it. Resting is an option too, although we perfected the last two fights, so it seems like if there's a time to upgrade, it's probably now. I don't know how we're going to perfect Hyperbeam guy. Seems like we just need to kill him really fast. They mentioned that they can't change the cards because of localization in the patch notes. It's kind of funny. I guess that's why they only changed numbers, huh? Yep. Otherwise, Clash and Setup would have been changed. Huh. Interesting. We have Setup in the deck now. They would have buffed it. Yeah, I think we're probably smithing Nightmare. It's a 3 energy deck, and Nightmare's pretty difficult to play. Okay. What's in the shop? Got a bunch of money. Toxic Egg, a little bit late for that. Oh, we needed Toxic Egg in the previous run. That's why I was looking out for a Toxic Egg. Because we started with whatchamacallit? The hammer, the fusion hammer last run. Is it only 81? I'm surprised that's low. I kind of want to buy Toxic Egg, Piercing Wail, Trip. Can I afford that? 272, 379. No. So it'd be 438. So we're off by 19 or so. B-Mod's out here just being a playtest fairy. Boof. You could playtest. We could card remove a strike, which seems good. We need more block. So I think the Piercing Wail's happening. If Trip was like... If Trip was... what's it called? What's the weak one? Blind, is it? If Trip was blind, I think I would take it. But I think maybe at this point it's like Toxic Egg, Piercing Whale, card remove a strike. We're pick toolbox. Oh wait, no, we'd actually overflow our hand size, right? Because we draw 5, generate 1, and then generate 3. So no, actually, we have 9 cards in our starting hand now. Toolbox would make it 10. Toolbox gets us like a lot of block cards, and like always block cards that are appropriate to the current situation. Could get a Sadistic Nature or like Hand of Greed. Yeah, Toxic Egg is kind of insane. We don't have many cards we want to add left. But still quite nice. If we want a Hand of Greed, we could just buy one. There's one right here. Yeah, I think I'm probably like team Toxic Egg, Piercing Whale card remove. It's not super exciting, but it's pretty exciting. Does that mean we're buying no potions? I think that uses all the money. Dupe Pot's fairly useful in the upcoming Hyper Beam guy fight. I think we do Toxic Egg. Okay, Toxic Egg not just because it makes Piercing Whale good and it makes future Piercing Whales good and it makes future leg sweeps good, but also because this could be apparitions. Wait, I'm so confused. Oh, I see. I don't have any dad jokes prepared. I'm not, isn't that like that's a Bela Lord point reward, right? So like, okay, so we're gonna just like analyze what it means to be a dad joke. So like, there's kind of like a fundamental like self-satisfiedness with dad jokes. Oh, it's red bearding. Because like, the core of a dad joke is like, you make a joke and everyone cognitively recognizes that it's a joke and nobody thinks it's funny, right? It's like it's a joke primarily for the teller. Yeah. There's something sort of indulgent about a dad joke. I appreciate it. I like dad jokes. That's all I have to say, I think, unfortunately. Alright, let's do it. Toxic Egg, Piercing Whale, card remove. Get out of here, Strike. Who needs it? Apparitions? Darn. Well, Library does get affected by Toxic Egg, so we could choose a card and get like a Reflex, get another Nightmare, get a Wraith Form, even just like another Cloak and Dagger plus would be pretty busted. Another Piercing Whale. I think we always read books here. Accuracy, yes, for God's sakes. The Piercing Whale is an option. Crippling Cloud. None of the stuff I asked for. So, okay, sure. Do we just take a third Piercing Whale? Backflip Plus is quite good. Bouncing Flax is really good for tearing through artifact charges in Hyper Beam guy fight. But so is Crippling Cloud. Crippling Cloud is just like a better card overall, right? Bouncing Flask is significantly better at it. Endless Agony is 16 damage. Good point. Could just take Deflect. It's a block card. We've got 2 Piercing Whales. I think I'm going to go for second Crippling Cloud. They didn't fix that UI bug. It was still there. I thought they said they fixed some UI bugs. No, they changed like main menu and line spacing and fonts. They didn't actually fix any bugs. Well, that's fair. Okay. I am in beta, yes. No, they didn't fix. They didn't claim to fix any UI bugs. They just adjusted some stuff. I think it's probably going to be Catalyst Plus. We have 2 Crippling Clouds now, as well as our Noxious Fumes, so we should be able to tear through the artifact charges Make this good. Also, there's a Nightmare Plus in the deck. After Image. That seems good. Turn 1, Noxious Fumes. Holy moly. Okay. Crippling Cut gets rid of the last artifact charges, and then we can, like, defend? Or Infinite Blades? Or we could just double defend Infinite Blades. And wait for Noxious Fumes to do its work. These are both stealing. What are they taking? Nightmare and Alchemize is what they're taking. It's kind of convenient. We can just, like, kill the Nightmare one whenever we have setup in hand, and then we can set up Nightmare. Or whenever we have, like, Catalyst Plus in hand. I think we're in a pretty big hurry to develop poison in this fight, so I think we're going to Crippling Cloud. And I think health is important too, so I'm going to defend over Infinite Blades. It hurts my soul, but I'm going to do it. Alright, so he's got the Nightmare. Alchemize, we don't care about that much. Setup is here now. Missing Catalyst. So can we kill him now? Nope. And I think we're just going to take 1 damage. We'll develop Piercing Wail. He is flailing next turn, so Piercing Wail is going to be good. I also like the boss music. Looks like we're waiting for next turn to Nightmare the Catalyst. So we don't want him to die now, so him dying... He's already dead next turn, so we can just wait. Piercing Wail seems amazing. I guess if we Acrobatics, then we have Catalyst in hand. But then we can't play Acrobatics. Oh, I guess if we can play Acrobatics and Nightmare, but there's no way to set it up conveniently, so we're not going to play Acrobatics. Although we could Acrobatics into Crippling Cloud, which is pretty good. Ooh, Kevners, can you share your D&D combat playlist? Sounds like a good thing to have, and I do not have one. Back when we could play in person, I gave one of my players a sword that plays music. It was like a semi-sentient sword. But it was mostly just like angry and wanted to fight people, and it played the Viking song. So whenever he was in the middle of like a smashing frenzy, we'd play the Viking song. That was fun. I guess we want him dead at some point. Yes, I am the DM. Oops, we want him dead like right now. We don't want him dead like in the future, so we have to actually like kill him to get the Nightmare Catalyst. Which means we're not playing anything else in hand. I guess we could neutralize him to death. Oh no, it's 1 damage short. Okay. So we have to shiv him. And then Nightmare the Catalyst. And then pile the rest of the damage onto a Tom-Tom. Are we too late? So we can triple it 3 times, so it ends up being, we multiply the damage by 27, 3, 9, 27, right? It's currently 9. 9 times 27 is pretty close to 233. I think it's over. 9 times 27 is 243. Yep, we got him. A close one. Weren't able to play Alchemize this turn. We'll set it up for next fight. Yeah, bit of a skin of our teeth thing there. We played everything right? We played that Crippling Cloud really aggressively to get rid of artifact charges. We absolutely had to do that, turns out. There's a bullet time. That's fascinating. Doppelganger, also fascinating. I do like Doppelganger Plus quite a bit better than Doppelganger. Doppelganger Plus is never a dead card. We've started picking some pretty expensive cards. We got 2 Crippling Clouds and a Nightmare to sort of go along with the setup. And Bullet Time would help us play those a little bit. I think maybe we just skip here. I guess, how do you skip a die-to-die? And why would you skip a die-to-die? Well, doesn't block, and we already do lots of damage. Bullet Time is best if you have like lots of card draw, and we don't have very much card draw. We've just got like this one hero acrobatics, trying to be all the card draw in the deck. I think I'll just take a Doppelganger. I don't think Chemical X has a super good like Nightmare combo. Pandora's Box gets us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. We also have an egg, so any skills that we get would be upgraded. We could pick the key because we have Omamori. I would definitely like to be a 4 energy deck, that would be nice. Pandora's Box could have Shiv generators or an accuracy in it. I mean, the downside of key is that you don't get to pick Pandora's Box, right? Not getting to pick Pandora's Box is a pretty big deal. We're pretty much never picking Snecko Eye. The Snecko Eye dream is that it makes Riddle with Holes cost 0, and then accuracy works with Riddle with Holes, and it goes, whoa. And that would do a lot of damage. It's not really good enough reason to pick Snecko Eye. Snecko Eye is not bad with like Nightmare and Crippling Cloud. It is quite bad with setup though. I don't know, man. Pandora's Box seems really nice here. Pandora's Box with an egg is never wrong. What's the worst? Like when we picked the Astrolabe, we were like, we're open to pretty much everything. All these cards are good, and I think that's still largely true. It seems like we're a little bit less looking for poison now because we've got Noxious Fumes, 2 Crippling Clouds, and Catalyst, so I think we're done with that. But like, if it gets us like leg sweeps and stuff, pretty happy about that. Most of our block currently is these Piercing Whales. I thought we had 3 Piercing Whales, but I only see 2. Maybe I was offered a 3rd one. I'm not sure why I didn't take that. Maybe it was up against Crippling Cloud. Losing all my defense seems bad. Yeah, it was up against Crippling Cloud. There was one at the library too, but that's not the one I was thinking about. Alright, I'm gonna pick this because it might have accuracy in it. Give me that accuracy. Extra Noxious Fumes. Storm Steel gives shivs. Uh-oh. We didn't get any block. We only got 1 upgraded card, and it's a Storm of Steel. Shiv pluses do hit really hard. Well, this is a pretty bad outcome. Alright, Awakened One. We have green key, so we don't need to focus on that. We probably need to go to some fires. Fires and I think a shop or two. We need to like remove a card. 1,000 Cuts is pretty bad. Sneaky Strike's terrible. A lot of cards need to get removed. Not a huge deck though. I mean, it's an okay outcome. We've got a Footwork and a Noxious Fumes. Those are okay. Actually, there's literally nothing in the deck that Footwork works with. It's literally just Survivor. I guess Cloak of Daggers too. Yeah, we're in some trouble here. We don't have any block plan, and it's Act 3. Okay, how do we optimize for fires? Looks like 4 is going to be the limit. No, 3 is going to be the limit. Either through here, there, here, or there. 2 extra ones, and then the 1 final one. So it's going to be really hard to recall in this act. We definitely want question marks really badly. We have a full Omamori. So, like, ideally we get a bunch of question marks into a shop. And then we hope that shop... we hope the question marks had Mind Bloom. The Pandora's Box turned out to be bad, but it was still the right pick. You can't make results-oriented decisions. You have to like focus on what it could have been, and not what actually did happen. Because what actually did happen was random, right? So like, yes, this was a bad Pandora's Box for sure. This is a bad outcome, but there were lots of good outcomes. So I still think it was the correct decision. I mean, Key was fine too. I'm not saying Key was bad, but. Okay, so I think we take this 3 question mark route. Let me look up Mind Bloom really quick. Because I know that it, you can only get the gold below a certain floor. I'm not sure what floor that is. So it is if you are... Okay, so Rich only happens... Where is it? Okay, Rich on floors 35 to 40. Okay. So we're currently on floor 34. So if it's in the next 6 floors, then we can get Mind Bloom from it. So we got 1... Or this is floor 34, right? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can get Mind Bloom at any of these 3. Alright, you can think that it's correct, but I don't want to hear about it again, Turtle. Alright. We lost a run to a Spiker yesterday. We have 2 Infinite Blades in our hand. We're probably just killing Exploder. And I don't know, playing maybe Infinite Blades. I don't really want to set up a heal hook, so I think we're just playing it. Take it 7. Alchemize, what do you got for me? Alright, and I think we're just waiting for poison to kill Spiker. Alright, shouldn't be long now. That'll do it. Okay. Escape plan? We have a Footwork. We need block really badly. How often does escape plan hit? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15... 15 hits in a 26 card deck. It's like approximately 2/3. 15 divided by 26. So it's like 58%. And then after everything exhausts, we lose... or the cards that are left are 1, 2, 3, all 15 are left except for Doppelganger and Piercing Whales. It is okay. So after we play everything, we're down to we lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 cards. So we go down to a 12 card deck after we've played everything. And of those 12 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 proc. So it's between 58% and 50%. So it basically stays pretty stable. Okay. Did I miss setup? Okay. Sure, I think that's good enough. It's an escape plan plus. We have a footwork. We really need block. Let's do it. Yeah, we're not really going to exhaust the whole deck, because that means we've exhausted both Nightmare and Catalyst, and if the fight isn't over by then we're going to lose to the heart. Pretty nifty little turn 1 here. Oops. Probably should have drawn earlier so I could play the Blade Dance. Piercing Whales, most of the block. We could Nightmare at Cloak and Dagger. Maybe we're like burning potions this turn to like play Alchemize and stuff. If we use this potion, we have 4 energy. We could use that to like acrobatics into more block. Excuse me. I think we're just hoping for another Piercing Whale or a Cloak and Dagger. Those are the only real sources of block. Survivor, I suppose. Alright, let's just see what that is. And abandon the Nightmare plan. Okay, we got another Piercing Whale. So we'll do that. And then let's go ahead and energy pot out the Alchemize and the Cloak and Dagger. He takes 6, then 8, and that's already lethal, so we'll slice somebody else. I guess I went Shiv pluses, right? And then I think we have lethal next turn, right? Yeah. Stacked 1,000 cuts. It's a good sound. Doppelganger for next fight. This is Blade Dance plus. Why not Cloak and Dagger first to get an extra Shiv plus? Probably should have. What I was thinking, the reason I, in my head to not do it was I didn't want to pollute the deck with Shivs. I did not realize that I was obviously winning that fight before the shuffle, so. But you're right, we should have done it. Gotta imagine Blade Dance is a pick. Still don't have an accuracy, but Blade Dance is 24 damage for 1 energy. Sure. Yeah, we'll go ahead and toss a Essence of Steel. Explosive Pot's really good against Repto, so we'll keep that around. And we're looking for Mind Bloom. Let's see, what can this be? Block cards. The Shackles thing, what is that called? The minus 15 strength thing, we take that. Finesse, sure. Dark Shackles, thank you. I think we're just in here for 10. We also have an egg, so Any attacks like this or any options like this are generally super good. What does secret weapon hit in the deck? Neutralize, riddle, heel hook. Not much. Sneaky strike. The bomb. Sadistic Nature and Noxious is nice. That's mostly something I'm looking for Act 1. It's really effective to like do 3 extra damage to all enemies in Act 1, but in Act 4 it's kind of nothing. These are all really good actually. I'm not used to Forethought being good, but like Forethought in a like Nightmare Catalyst deck is like pretty bomb. But then we've got the Literal Bomb, and Dramatic Entrance does 10. I think Dramatic Entrance is pretty weak, but we need more draw in the deck in general, and then more draw makes Forethought extremely good. It's kind of bonkers how much better Forethought is than Setup. Could pick a bomb there. There's a panic button. I want to pick the Master Strategy because we need more draw, but the panic button seems really good. There's no draw here that isn't up against panic button, unfortunately. Switch Strike does hit for 10. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we need the panic button more than we need the Master Strategy. We can also like Nightmare a panic button. Just to have like a lot of panic buttons. Master Strategy is super good, no doubt. Helps us draw cards to put together Nightmare setup plays. I think we're picking none of these. I don't think Sadistic Nature is good enough. Maybe it is good enough. Sadistic Nature with Crippling Cloud is 6 damage. I don't know. We're doing like 3 damage a turn, 6 damage from the Crippling Clouds, 3 damage from the Piercing Wail. It just doesn't seem like it adds up to much. It's not useless. Against the Heart, you only need like if you're on his second turn, then you can block with one of those, and then it'll just wear off naturally. I don't think we're taking Secret Weapon. Switch Strike doesn't seem good enough, so the first pick's a skip. Pretty hard. I think you could pick these. I could be convinced to take the Bomb. What about Bomb Nightmare? Bomb Nightmare is pretty nuts. If we're like, if we can like set up on Bomb and then Nightmare it. Forethought's kind of just like a second setup, and setup is already like one of the worst cards in deck, so I don't think we're doing that. So that's a skip. I think we're skipping Dramatic Entrance, so it's either Bomb or skip here. Bomb's kind of slow. Yeah, exactly. I think maybe we just skip all these. And this one is like full of good stuff. I think Master Strategy is probably a skip, but we don't really have to think about it because these ones are so much better. I think for me it's the Panic Button, but Master Strategy is definitely a good card too. The deck has so much trouble blocking, so it's like Panic Button. Okay, and then we're skipping the rest. I do like the Bomb. Yeah, this deck wants to be a Forethought deck, but we don't have enough card draw, and we only have 3 energy. So we don't feel comfortable like adding much of card draw. But like, yeah, with Nightmare and like setup, you definitely want a Forethought and like a second Nightmare, but it's not really where we're at. I don't think we can afford to take it. Alright. It's true, we should have more acrobatics. Okay, so we're going to this one because we're still looking for Mind Bloom. Falling, sure. Not too sad to see a slice go. Cloak and Dagger's way too good. We could lose the second Noxious Fumes. We don't really need two. We kind of do need two, though, don't we? Like, we have to be a Catalyst deck against the Heart. There's no way Shivs are good enough. And we only have two Crippling Clouds and two Noxious Fumes for poison. It's true, it improves escape plan. Just Slice isn't doing much, right? Like, I think I would remove a Noxious Fumes if it was free, but the opportunity cost is not removing Slice, and removing Slice is pretty good. Okay, another shape fight. We're getting blasted for 9 on turn 1. What a rude shape. There's no way we can play 54 cards, right? So that's not happening. Maybe this is a fight where we abuse Nightmare Alchemize. Because we could, like, spend the skill pot this turn and then Well-Laid Plans to hold the Alchemize. Yeah, I believe it. Storm is strong. But that would mean we're not holding the Alchemize. Alright, let's play Thousand Cuts first and then see what's in this skill pot. Piercing Well does it. Actually, he's only hitting us for 3 damage. I should have thought about that. Hold on. Gets rid of an artifact charge, too. Baseball or Repulsor first? Baseball. We can block for 6. I don't think that kills him. Unless we Storm and Steel. And then we're not doing the Alchemize thing. I don't think I'm willing to take damage, though, to hold the Alchemize, so I'll Storm. Oh, it's not enough. I guess it is enough with the Explosive Pop. This is a fine time to use it. Alright, seems like a pretty clear Crippling Cloud, Piercing Whale. Sorry, Fuzzy Duck here. I'm not going to play either of these. We've got Spiker dead, but I kind of want to wheel back to Alchemize, so I want to maximize how much time I have. I'll hold Crippling Cloud just in case. Didn't realize I was taking 1 there till the turn was over. Probably shouldn't. The Nightmare combo is never going to work, but it's kind of cute that I can do it. Hey, we did get Alchemize. So we can Nightmare the Alchemize. We can't actually play the Alchemize next turn because he's going to be dead. We can play it once. There's a Reflex Plus. Seems absolutely insane. We've got a Storm Steel. Is it just Storm Steel? Yeah, we just like Storm Steel and Survivor are our only discard options. Oh wait, Acrobatics. This card is just so busted now, though. Draw 3 cards. We need card draw. And, yeah. I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna pick it, and then maybe we find, like, a prepared plus or something. Terror is not bad either. We kind of need terror, don't we? No. No, I don't think we need terror. Alright, I'll pick Reflex Plus. Let's see. I think Rest and Recall are both options here. Let's take a look at the upgrades. I wish 1000 Cuts got decosted to 1 when you upgraded it, rather than doubling the magnitude. Could upgrade Footwork, or Survivor, or Piercing Wail. I think just Rest here and like Recall here is probably the line. Could shut in another Blade Dance Plus. I think that's too many. We've got enough. 2's a lot. So no, we're gonna skip this. Alright, I think we're skipping this Elite to get a potential Mind Bloom. Come on, Mind Bloom. Damn it. I think we can fight these. Thanks for the follow, Snuffikin. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Vegetable Patch. I Spy with my little eye. 22 damage. So I'm gonna play 1 Infinite Blades and then Storm. Do I play both Infinite Blades or Footwork or something? I think Footwork. Okay. We can Nightmare Piercing Wail, which is nice. We could Acrobatics into Reflex. I think it's going to be like Piercing Wail Survivor this turn. Actually, Survivor only blocks for 4 relative to Orichalcum. We could just Nightmare a Shiv. Nightmare a Shiv and Piercing Wail. Does 24 damage next turn. Nah, I think I'd rather Nightmare Piercing Wail. Yeah, exactly. We draw like a million cards, but like what for what? Two Piercing Wails and a Crippling Cloud. Gosh. Cloak and Dagger Crippling Cloud kills him. And then 1 Piercing Wail. He loses 8 and goes to 18. Block for 8, take 10. I meant to, oh, I was going to deck spot if I was going to use Survivor last turn, but I didn't use Survivor. Yeah, I think we need the kill. I guess Crippling Cloud blocks too. I meant to play the deck spot, but I guess I'm saving it now. He's still weak, so Crippling Cloud doesn't block. I think we just go in with like Panic Button, Crippling Cloud, Cloak and Dagger. I guess Cloak and Dagger first for the block. Should be Catalyst soon. Soon as not now. These do 8, but they do what, 15? No, it's they do 12. So it'd be 12 times 4 is 30. 12 times 3 is 36. 36 plus 9 is lethal. Saves my life, so yes. Whew. That was a close one. Tough bandages. Seems great. Love to see that. Yeah, it's true. We needed damage from that Alchemize for sure. Because like block wouldn't have worked, right? I think Dodge and Roll's a pick here. We've got a footwork in the deck. We're desperate for block. It's upgraded. Okay. We have to recall at some point. We can't dodge elites. I was planning on going to this store with the Mind Bloom winnings, but we didn't hit Mind Bloom. So I guess we go left instead? You do, yes. Dodge and Panic Button is super weird. It applies a, as far as I can tell, and I'm going to word this very carefully, it applies a debuff to you, which, whenever you draw a card, gives you minus dex for that card specifically, equal to how much that card currently blocks for. And maybe you're saying to yourself, Veg, that seems insane. Why is that the way that works? I don't know, but I do know. Oops, sorry, I pasted something else since I had the patch notes. I was trying to answer that person's patch request. Here, I'm gonna remove my own message. I'm gonna delete this message. Does that not work? Can I not delete my own message? Okay, whatever. Yeah, so Panic Button is very odd. So if you draw a card that blocks and then you gain dex while that card is in your hand, the card will now block for the amount of dex that you gained. Is the outcome of that weird interaction. What is this deck doing? Why do we have a reflex? What's happening? Alright, I think we have to rest, because if we don't rest, we might die. I believe if you upgraded a card... Huh. I don't know what would happen. I honestly have no idea. Plus, like, what if you gain dex and then upgrade? Like, does the no block from cards this turn debuff reapply when a card gets upgraded? I don't know. If we want to go to Act 4, we have to recall. So it doesn't really matter if we rest here or here. We just have to rest at one of them and recall at the other one. So I'm going to recall now for a sneaky reason. And the sneaky reason is that I want to watch the Hearthstone reveal stream. We could take meat on the bone and just not go to Act 4. I don't know if we're winning Act 4, but I think we have to take a key. You had a really cool victory with Silent yesterday. 12-card deck with a lot of card draw and a grand finale. Is essentially the only damage. With heal hook, sometimes with small damage, but mostly for the 1 card draw. Neat. We can acrobatics or reflex. That's neat. We could set something up too and draw it back for 0. Okay, cool. Let's set up this cloak and dagger and like empty our hand. And then acrobatics reflex and draw 1,000,000 cards. Ooh, we can nightmare the 0-cost cloak and dagger. Yes! Alright, next turn should be fun. It is the new beta patch, yeah. I actually have been playing on the beta patch the entire time I've been streaming, because right at the beginning of when I wanted to start streaming, the only way to play Watcher was to be on the beta branch. And so I've just never switched back. Why would I not want to be on the beta branch? Okay, he's hitting for us for a net 37. We definitely can't block for 37, but we can sure try. 8 times 4 we can do, which is 32. Oh my god, we can block for 37. Alright, show it to him, escape plan. Damn it, neutralize. You ruined my numbers. It's still really good. Cloak and Dagger Alchemize versus Crippling Cloud. Cloak and Dagger does 16 damage, Crippling Cloud does 4 poison, but it also extends weak. It takes a long time for 4 poison to catch up to 16 damage. I would like to get Alchemize in. Snecko Oil. Okay. You liked that turn, huh? Ooh, we had the opportunity to make him weak, but we didn't do it, and now heal hook is sad. What does Snecko Oil do? Well, I think I'm going to show you. So Snecko Oil draws you 5 cards and then randomizes the cost of the cards in your hand. The reason we're going to do it here is because we want to Storm of Steel for 10 cards and kill him. Because if we get constricted, we're going to take a bunch of damage. We also block for a lot with tough bandages now that that's a thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just lethal, so... Okay. Tactician, we have a Reflex and like a Storm of Steel. I don't know, I guess we're supposed to do this. There's another Acrobatics plus here, too. I'm not sure exactly what this deck is turning into, but... maybe we take an extra Acrobatics? I think we need the Tactician. Yeah, we really need the energy, so let's grab a Tactician. Alright, well that's a little ray of hope. Maybe we go to the shop now, so that because we're looking for like, what's that card called? Like an Acrobatics or a Concentrate or something. Yeah, we do need both, unfortunately. We can't have both. Yeah, I think I like shop better than question mark here. Shop could be waffle. Adrenaline would be nice. There's no card draw here. I think we'll go ahead and set up a Crippling Cloud. Just to have it for 0 next turn. Hit the one who's buffing. He is the biggest threat. I guess we can just kill him now. Alright. Alright, Piercing Whale with Orichalcum blocks out, so we don't have to play Panic Button. So if you add the Dexterity buff after you draw the Panic Button debuff, you add the block to the card. Your defense become 2 after you use Potion. Yeah. Oh, upgrade seems to have no effect. What did you upgrade? A defend? Huh. It's weird that upgrade... So it has no effect at all, so it still blocks for 2? That doesn't make any sense. How in the world does it still block for 2? That's bizarre. Like, I would believe it blocks for, let's see, 9. I could see 5, because it's 2 plus the 3. That doesn't make any sense. Alright. One bad thing about Escape Plan is that it ruins Orichalcum for the turn, but I think that's okay. Acrobatics could get Reflex or Tactician or something. So, go for it. Hey, Tactician. Alright, we're in business now. 1,000 cuts. Sneaky Strike is free. Heel Hook is free. Need to play Dodge and Roll, I guess. Sneaky Strike was buffed, yes. It's all neutralize on you because it does damage. And Infinite Blades versus Catalyst. I think we're gonna Catalyst on Darkling, on the front Darkling, which looks kind of weird, but we need his poison to catch up with the other two, so they all die at the same time. Yeah, honestly, I'm becoming less sure that we want an accuracy. Unfortunately, it seems like Stormsteel is insane. Wait, we have Alchemize. Can we get lethal with Alchemize Stormsteel? Stormsteel would generate 3 shivs in that case. 1, 2 does 20 damage to him. He does not die to 20 damage, so we'd have to do all 3 on him. Tincture would block out. Yeah, actually, that's fine. We have to spend one of the potions. I guess it's the Dex pot? Blade Dance Stormsteel is definitely lethal, but I want to fit the Alchemize. I don't care about getting lethal. Oh, I guess that is lethal. Okay. I missed some of the 1,000 cuts damage. Nightmare Reflex. Second Stormsteel. The first one's really good. Now that we have like a Reflex and a Tactician, I think we probably want a second one. And Tough Bandages. It's probably better than Cloak and Dagger, right? No. 2 is too many? Maybe. Oh, Tools of the Trade is super good now. Right. Dagger Throw for the 9,000 IQ move? Maybe. Maybe that's right. I kind of want to play the Alchemize, but I think we're going to wait on it. I think we want to play like Shiv, Blade Dance, Stormsteel or something. How do we fill the hand here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in hand currently. Blade Dance is +2, so it's actually just Blade Dance, Stormsteel if we want to maximize cards this turn. That does throw 5 Shivs into the discard, which is kind of bad to draw. I am not going to turn on that UI option that shows the number of cards. I don't like it. It looks ugly. Doesn't really even help that much. It really like only helps when you're doing like an infinite combo where you just want to play cards really quickly. And even then, it's like. But you can just, like, right now, if I didn't know how many cards were in my hand, I could just press, like, 7, and it'd be like, oh, that's that one. So 1 more than that is this one, right? Alright, so I think we're gonna just do the thing. And then play all the Shivs. Okay. Writhing Mass is a strong contender for a naughty card. I think I'm going to discard Cloak and Dagger, actually. Oh wait, no, it should be Survivor, right? Yeah. So then we, like, set up Riddle with Holes and redraw it with Acrobatics, right? Noxious Tune is pretty slow for this fight. I do think I want to play the Footwork, though, so I think it's going to be... I'm going to skip a Cloak to play a Footwork. And then we want to go in ascending order of damage, ending with Riddle. Alright, been pretty fast so far. Got a couple more turns left. This turn's very slow. I guess it's just Crippling Cloud Noxious Fumes. Maybe 1,000 Cuts. Yeah, we have a Storm of Steel coming up, so 1,000 Cuts could do some damage. Is it more damage than 7 Poison, though? Probably not. Transient you have issues with on slower builds? Yeah, Transient is a test, though. Like, if you can't beat Transient, you weren't gonna beat Act 4 anyway. Like, if Transient kills you, you would have died to the Spire elites a lot of the time. Yeah, unfortunately I think Crippling Cloud does more damage than 1,000 Cuts. It's less fun. It's a bad turn for Catalyst, kinda. Is that true? I think just Doppelganger is getting skipped. It kinda doesn't matter. Escape Plan and Heal Hook are both happening to draw cards. Heal Hook first for the slow. Oh, we got Reflex and Tactician with Star Steel? What? Jeez. Wow. Sneaky Strike actually does less damage than a Shiv. Somehow. No, it does 12. And Shivs do 10. So Sneaky Strike is more damage than a Shiv. Okay. Do we play Catalyst before we Storm? I think no. I think we actually want to Storm a lot of cards for block. We're going to draw 3 of these. We'll probably end up, like, Nightmaring something. We might Nightmare a Shiv Plus. So if we Storm right now, we block for 4 times 3. It's 12, so we block for... So we're up to 22. We're still going to have to play, like, Dodge and Roll. Isn't this 2 HP from death? What do you mean? Like, did you count how much damage we're doing to Giant Head? I don't think the extra damage from Sneaky Strike is enough to offset the 3 block, so I'm gonna get the block. Alright, so I think it's gonna be Nightmare on a Shiv and Dodge and Roll for the other cards. We're gonna do those first for slow optimization. Okay. Alright, so we have Storm Steel again. We can set up Panic Button to save it for next turn, and then Storm here. Storm blocks for, assuming we have a 9-card hand, which we're going to because of Blade Dance. Oh wait, actually that's not true. If we set up Panic Button, we're kind of constrained on how many cards we have in hand. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Storm Steel will block for 21. Wait. Yeah, 7 times 3 is 21. So we're only blocking for 32. So we're taking 13 is the plan. Seems like a lot to plan to take. Maybe this is Colorless Spot. Maybe we're supposed to Panic Button now. do really like Panic Button next turn, though. Seems like the next turn is going to be the last turn. I don't think we're getting lethal here. Do you think it's Panic Button and Shivs? I don't know. But if we Panic Button and Shivs, then we can't block next turn, and if we don't get lethal, we're really sad. Let's see what the colorless spot has in it. I guess Panache. Oh wait, Mind Blast is hitting for 28 right now. Yeah. Okay, so let's set up Storm of Steel, use the Panic Button this turn, and then trust Storm of Steel to get lethal next turn. And we want to play the Mind Blast last. Does Artifact block the Panic Button debuff? Yes. Oh, should play Blade Dance before Shivs. That was a mistake. Should play Small Shivs first. Alright, it's definitely going to be lethal next turn. Okay. And then I'm going to... Oh wait, I thought Heal Hook was going to draw, but if Heal Hook was drawing, we could draw towards Alchemize, which we skipped this fight, but whatever. The Courier. Well, that's great to find before a shop. Get another shot at Terror Plus. Eviscerate got a big buff. This one is a plus, so now it's hitting for 27. Still kind of an Act 1 card, though. I don't think it's good. I think we're no on Terror. Yeah, the other two. Alright. We could skip the shop. If we skip the shop, we're kind of saying we think we've got the Act 3 elites handled and we want to save money. That seems way wrong. Alright. We would also be dodging the elite. If we think the elite's going to kill us, maybe we'd go this way. The elite is going to be Reptomancer or Nemesis. I'm not, like, super afraid of either one. Either one could obviously kill us. More likely Reptomancer than Nemesis. But Piercing Wails are really effective against Reptomancer. I mean, Nemesis can just 45 us on 2 and kill us. We just have to miss one time. We die. Yeah, I think we go to a shop and go fight the elite. Well, these aren't very good. Deep Breath says plus on it. Draws 2 cards for 0. It's pretty nice. It's turn 2, Targaryen. Usually turn 2 is what you're afraid of. Spoon is terrible. We don't want we don't want Shivs getting into the discard. I feel like Deep Breath is going to be good, right? So is it like Deep Breath, Cultist Bot, card remove? If we pick Deep Breath, there's also a secret upside in that Courier is going to refresh this, and if it refreshes it with a Panic Button, then that's nice. The boot does nothing. Still no accuracy. Haven't been offered a single accuracy. Does Chrysalis work the way I want it to with Toxic Egg? No. Toxic Egg's for card rewards. Although, wait, maybe it does? I think it doesn't, but the Toxic Egg wording implies that it should. So maybe I'm not right. Boot versus Spoon, who would win? I think, I mean, you definitely do add them to your deck. Right? Like, shuffle them into your draw pile. Your draw pile is your deck. I mean, or you can just do Chrysalis Plus, right? Oh, I thought Plus did upgraded cards, but I was not right. I mean, Deep Breath doesn't do any, like, fancy combo stuff here, but it still draws cards. And costs 0 and is a skill. I guess it's bad against the heart. I'm pretty sure the boot makes us do less damage. That's how that works, right? If you do more than 5, it reduces it to 5. Blur's not terrible. Blur plus. We do want block. Help us save panic button block for multiple turns too. Yeah, this deck is not great. we're in a bit of a panic. Like ever since the bad Pandora's box, we've been kind of like wheeling around, trying to just like overcome the next fight. We've gotten this far, but it's not great. Yeah, Blur vacating that slot. So the slots are kind of weird because like this one's always a power, and then I think it's always 2 attacks and 2 skills as well. But the courier does not respect these. So if you buy a power, he won't give you another, or will he give you another power? Maybe I get confused about that. I don't think that the courier replaces it with the same type of card. It will for these though. Maybe it does. So if I buy Infinite Blades, I'll get another power. So if I want accuracy, I could spin this slot a little bit. Deep Breath is not a very exciting way to spend 85 gold. I think I should probably buy the Cultist Bot, and I should probably card remove. And that costs 168, so it only leaves us with like 50, so I guess we're doing nothing else. Yeah, would you mind testing it? It sounds like a useful thing to know. I don't think I'm going to do it either way, because Cultist Pot card remove is pretty good. Card remove is probably only on 1,000 cuts. I know 1,000 cuts is a bit of a crowd favorite, but it's really bad. Heal looks quite bad too. But Heal Hook hits sometimes. 1,000 cuts is just a really big liability. So we're asking YTI about if I have a courier. So if I bought this Infinite Blades, would it roll another power? Because the card in this slot is always a power. I think the answer is no, but I don't understand why. Because I know if I bought this Deep Breath, I would get another colorless uncommon, or maybe you just get a colorless card. Maybe you get a rare there. I'm not sure. Envenom should be GG. Survivor or Reflex, it's kind of cute. Kind of unnecessary, we could just dodge and roll. But I guess I'd rather draw more Shiv stuff. Yeah, the things in the shop do have set slots. Yeah, the relic on the far right is always a shop relic. The card on the far right is always a power. There's always an uncommon and a rare colorless card. And I believe it's two attacks and two skills for the regular cards. But I think that when you buy a card, it just replaces it with another random card of the same color. So they do remain in their spots. Okay. Neat. Well, thanks for testing that, Sir Erdemal. Appreciate it. I think at least one Noxious Fumes is getting played. The question is 2 Noxious Fumes or an Infinite Blades, and I think the answer is 2 Noxious Fumes. We probably want to Catalyst him when we see it. Yikes. This seems really bad. Uh-oh. Do we just die to this? What could Alchemize? Alchemize could get us Ghost in a Jar. Alright, let's look for Ghost in a Jar. Fire pot for 1 damage. Play the top 3. Could hit like card draw, like Blade Dance, Storm of Steel probably blocks out. Yep, 45 on turn 2. It's a thing that happens. Okay, we did Storm of Steel. So that helped a lot. I'm gonna use these shivs because of the Envenom. Looks like we survive. Yeah, we survive here. Okay. I think I want to get footwork developed, but that's kind of fighting with my Blade Dance Storm of Steel plan. Okay, alright. Confirmed. Sir Artible knows. Wow. So wait, so even the colorless cards, they keep their rarity and stuff? Yeah, I know you can't re-roll for Shop Relics, because that would be abusive. Yeah, panic button exactly too late. It was the first card of the next hand, too. It was the card on top of the deck. It's the one I needed. I guess that we need to kill him, like, really quickly. So let's just Blade Dance Storm. Interesting. Acrobatics and look for a... look for this card, Fearsome Vial. I don't think there's any other way for us to block for enough. And we literally have to, like, it has to be the top card of the deck, right? So it's possible we killed ourselves by shuffling shivs. Let's find out. Wow, actually, if we bought Boot, we'd have Lethal now. We should have bought Boot. Holy shit. I just lost the run to not buying the Boot. Sir Artible was calling it out, too. He was like, buy the Boot for the 9,000 IQ play. That was how we survived this fight, unfortunately. Holy crap. Crippling Cloud reduces damage to 15, still enough to kill us. We don't have any card draw. We can't discard anything. I'm literally just shocked that, like, it comes down to needing to buy the Boot against Nemesis. Mind Blast for 96. Seems like you got a good deck there. Yep. Jesus. Really? That's so frustrating. We almost can block, too. We're off by just, like, 1. Rats. I literally have never missed the Boot so badly. We just, on the last floor, we could afford it and everything. It was just like, and then we died to Nemesis. Okay. Well, I guess Boot value. Never forget. The issue was definitely the deck with 2-blooded. It was a bad deck. We needed, like, an accuracy, like, in Act 1, and we never ever saw one. We also just, like, had a lot of weird plans. We were like, well, if it's a boss, we're going to Catalyst them to death. And if it's anybody else, we're going to shiv them to death. We also just, like, didn't have enough block. Maybe we would have done better if we had picked the Curse Key. Certainly we got a bad outcome from the Pandora's Box, so the Curse Key could have helped us. We also never used the Omemoria at all. So So that was kind of sad. We got really bad question marks in Act 3. We were like really depending on the Mind Bloom, and we also didn't get any chests. So Matryoshka didn't even get full value. I'm fine with the deck being half direct damage, half poison. It's just like neither half was very good, and it was a 3 energy deck that like wanted to draw a bunch of cards and do like silly setup nightmare things. Like if we had 2 nightmares and like bites or something, we could have made this work. If we had like just a lot fewer cards, we could have made it work. The reflex tactician thing is strong. It's just 3 energies bad, and none of the things we were doing were quite good enough. Although, I mean, given all that, all we needed was to draw Piercing Wail on that last turn, right? And we have 2 Piercing Wails, so like we definitely weren't like obviously losing, right? This could have been a heart killer if we'd just gotten luckier. Yeah, setup is quite terrible. So getting a setup from an Astrolabe is pretty bad. Exactly. Yeah. Any counting relic for attacks would have been really good. Mostly we were just missing the accuracy. Accuracy would have meant we didn't need any of the poison stuff. I mean, you say 2 out of 25, but like Panic Button would have worked too, or like Escape Plan and like Cloak and Dagger. Like we definitely could have blocked that turn. We died to the 21 damage turn. I mean, we did take a lot of damage to the 45 one before that, but I mean, Ornamental Fan still isn't very good against the heart, right? Because you still take more beat damage than Ornamental Fan blocks for. But like we had a Catalyst for the heart and like a Nightmare. We had plenty of damage. We really just needed a block plan. We never found like a leg sweep or anything. We were starting to get there, but Tough Bandages is a great block plan for this deck. We just we didn't have enough card draw to support Tough Bandages. We would have built around it more if we knew it was coming. If we had Tough Bandages like back here instead of like Blue Candle, this deck would have been way different. We would have picked all of the acrobatics and stuff. We would have picked the Unload from Act 1 instead of the Alchemize. Would have been a much better deck.